Now, the Holy Mass, if you are able to attend the Holy Mass with full attention and preparedness, you'll be soaked in the Word of God. Yeah. Especially if Father Dave is the one saying the Mass.
Wow.
Yeah, he's good. He makes you laugh. I don't know about wow.
One word. Wow. It's all jokes.
One wife, wow. So that's lucidity. Because there are some people, how do you feel when someone talks about Jesus? I don't know about you, but for me, I feel I'm most welcoming. You know, today, I made the sign of the cross in front of a church.
Sorry.
And someone, and someone asked me right away, "You're a Christian." Imagine that. I made the sign of the cross, and someone said, "You're a Christian." I said, "Yes, of course. And I'm proud to be one." If that happens to you when it's dark, not many people. Oh. And somebody says, "You're a Christian?" What would you say? No, I'm Jewish. Let me tell you a story that was said to us, and this was during our ME. Okay, during our ME. You probably don't know this, but I said this in my other classes. And there was a Muslim, a Jew, and a Christian. They were daring their gods. And the Muslim says, "I believe in Allah. He will save me. So I will jump from the 100th floor down without parachute." So the Muslim said, I will jump, no problem. So he jumped. And they said, "Allah, Allah, 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 Allah." Boom. He hit the ground. He was dead. The two were looking down. And then the Buddhist came. He jumped. So the Buddhist, Buddha, 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 Buddha. Boom. He hit the ground. He broke his bones, but he was alive. So now it's the Christian's turn. Okay, so he jumped. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. When he's getting near, Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. See, he lost his faith. He lost his resolve. Why? That's how we are. We are very weak when it comes to in our faith, yeah. Who will continue to call on Jesus before hitting the ground? Or who will switch? But that's a lesson about Wednesday. Thursday, caught by the mission, Mark 16. On Thursday we mark the conversion of St. Paul, the apostle. Remember? St. Paul, not here. Did you know that St. Paul did not ride a horse going to Damascus? He did not ride a horse.
He fell off the horse.
That's just someone's painting, but it was wrong. It's not supported in the Bible. He did not ride a horse. He actually took the lift. Or Uber. Go into the whole world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. I will go sideways on this gospel. And I will remind you of what Paul's teacher told Paul. What was his teacher's name? Gamaliel. His name was Gamaliel. Gamaliel. In Bisaya, Gamalyol. Now, he said something profound that I always share because it is so true. If something, you know what he said, Paul, because Paul was so eager to kill all the Christians. He wanted to castigate, round them up, throw them into jail, kill them all. That's what Paul wanted. And he wanted, give me authorization, give me a letter so I can go seek them all out in Damascus, Syria. So Gamaliel told him, son, you're so eager. I admire that. You love your faith. Just keep in mind something. This is what he said. You don't have to root out for those Christians. Why? They're like cancer. They're growing. And Gamaliel said, you don't have to. Because if that Christian movement is man's, don't worry. It will cave in. It will kill itself. But if it's of God, you will find yourself working against God. That's what Gamaliel said. And that's what Paul realized when he went blind on the way to Damascus. He realized those words from Gamaliel, his teacher. Because Jesus spoke to him. Paul, why are you persecuting me? In other words, you persecute the church, you persecute Jesus himself. Matthew 28, whatever it is you do to those around you, you do it to me. Jesus says. You see? So how can anyone afford to sin against anybody? Knowing that whatever you do it to Jesus. So that's really the big lesson here. The world needs messengers of hope. You know, St. Paul's letters. I remember my professor in Johannine and Pauline Gospels. No, someone else. You know what he says? We spend so much on Paul, not much on John, because there's so rich with Paul's letters. There's so much richness, and we spend so many sessions, just the two of us. We were discussing about Paul, and we started with the book of Romans, and this one is of course from Mark, but keep in mind that Mark was the secretary of Peter. Mark was the secretary of Peter. It was Luke who was the secretary of Paul. All right? And it was Mark who was writing this. The world needs messengers of hope. And that's Paul. You know how much difficulty Paul went through? If you are pursuing your little ministry and some goons come to you, surround you, and beat you physically, they really beat you. You have two black eyes, and here and here and here and here, broken ribs. Would you continue? June, will you continue?
Yes lang